Hey guys, Mobile Mike here from the Gadget Gurus podcast. Just doing another video for my 30-day showdown with the Palm Pre and the HTC Hero. This video I'm going to talk a little bit about multimedia and the good and bad of both devices when it comes down to things like music, video, camera, and getting your media on the phone. So I'm going to start with the Palm Pre. And before I get into each device and what they can and can't do, first thing I'm going to say is I use Double Twist to sync my iTunes library with both phones, and it works great. So that is my application of choice. With the Palm Pre, if you're a Mac user, you've got the option of using Double Twist, which is free, or you can go with Missing Sync, which is $39.99 and provides a couple other functions other than just syncing your music. It also does contacts and calendar, a few other things, but we're not going to get into that. On Android, that's pretty much the only thing that I really use to sync is Double Twist. I believe Missing Sync is working on, or Markspace, the developers of Missing Sync, is working on something for Android, but haven't come out yet, as far as I know. But Double Twist is free and it works great, so I recommend that program. So let's get into it. This is the music application for the Palm Pre, and I've customized mine. I've got an Apple skin on it, so that's why you see all the Apple stuff. Let's get into playing something here. And there we go. That's the way it looks when you're playing something, and you can flick through here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to scoot this down a little bit. There we go. So that's it right there. One really neat thing I love about WebOS is like I've got a new direct message. So if I click that, it's going to open up my messages. Let's see. I'm going to actually switch it because I don't know what message it's going to bring up here. And there we go. So if you're opening another application, it puts the music player still at the bottom here, which is really cool. You tap that and you can pause, fast forward while you're in another application, or if you click it, it's going to bring you right back to the music player. One thing I think is that's really awesome about WebOS, and one thing that's neat is it does that with Pandora Radio also. It's going to put the player down there at the bottom, so you can fast forward and pause and everything. You can click here and it's going to show you all the songs in your playlist. One thing that you'll notice is there's no scrubber, so you have to basically what you do is you fast forward by holding that down, and you can kind of see the song skipping forward. Not really the most intuitive, and it sucks if you listen to audiobooks or podcasts that are long, like one file that's an hour and a half, or any length. You get in the car, you're listening to your stuff, you get out, and then you got to start all over. You got to find your place. So not fun on the Palm Pre with the built-in app. Now there is a couple homebrew options, but I'm not going to get into that because we're talking about stock or stock. Let's see here. You can break it down by artist, of course, albums. Shows the album art. Everything looks really nice. I mean, the app itself, it's smooth. It works good. Oops, I'm swiping upside down here. My main problem is it doesn't really handle long podcasts or audiobooks well, and it doesn't have a scrubber. So that's my main issue with that. I love the little thing at the bottom of the tray there. I mean, I think that is just such a great idea when it comes to the notifications. Great use of the notifications bar, and again, it does that with the regular app or Pandora. So that's really awesome, I think. Now the Hero. The Hero has a little different media player or music player for SenseUI than it does the regular Android. And regular Android's media player is garbage. SenseUI's is a little bit better. It's not fully functional, but it does have some really nice stuff. None of these devices are going to beat your iPhone. If you're an iPhone guy or you have a dedicated iPod, neither of them are going to beat it. I mean, if you just listen to music and you just need to get your music on there, kind of drag and drop style, or using Double Twist, it's great for stuff like that. But they're not going to beat your iPod or iPhone when it comes down to music. But one thing that's really cool is you've got a music player widget right there, which I love. So you can flick and be on your different home screens, and you got your widget. So although it's not going to put it in the notification bar at the bottom like the Pre does, one thing it does. Don't make me pop that trunk to the it does put it on the top here. So there it is right there. I'm going to tip it down a little bit so it's a little easier to see. There you go. And you just click it and it brings you right back. So not as functional. Turn it down a little bit. Not as functional as the Palm Pre's notification bar, you know, at the bottom, but you still can multitask, you know. So if I want to turn the volume, let me turn the volume down. So, and then I go home, and I want to open up, you know, my Twitter stuff. It still has my play at the bottom there. So if I want to get into, you know, my music, it's just a drag down, and then you click it. So there's no fast forward, pause, or anything from right there. But it does bring you right back to the app. One thing that's really neat about this is when you're on the lock screen, you can click, you know, to unlock it, and you still got your fast forward, pause, and rewind right from rewind or skip back and forth, I should say, right from the lock screen. So that's pretty cool. When it goes away, you just tap it, and it comes right back. And we'll unlock it. There we go. Oop. There we go. And let's get here. So you can skip by. And it is laggy. One thing I'll say about the music player on the Hero, it's no speedster. It's laggy. So you got all your different artists and stuff you can scroll through. You got your playlists and everything. You can sync your playlists here. You got your different playlists. You know, sync by album. Let's play a little old school Juvenile. And if you want to skip or fast forward, actually, let me go and do this. Oops. It's really hard doing this upside down, by the way. That's what I meant to do. So if we go here, and we're in Juvenile, you can hold down, and you'll get, you know, this little context menu. Play all, add to playlist, which is cool. You can actually create playlists on the fly. I never use that feature because it's, I don't know, it's kind of tedious, but it's nice, I guess, for some people that want to manage everything on the go. And it did not do what I wanted it to do. Let's see. So if we go there, we go to that, we go to play. There we go. You skip like that. You're also supposed to be able to flick, but for some reason it's acting up. So I guess the only way to do it's right there. For some reason when I'm in my playlist, let's see if I can go to my playlist if it'll do it. You can flick the, you can flick it and it'll switch just like it does on the Pre. No. And again, this is my point exactly. It's not as functional as your iPhone or your iPod, and it's a little confusing to get into. Not everything is seamless when it comes to the media playback. There we go. So you can swipe like that, go through all your artists that way. So, you know, overall, either device is going to give you a decent music experience. Neither one is going to be, you know, leaps and bounds of, you know, above anything, or even match your iPod or your iPhone when it comes down to multimedia. I'm going to do another video with video playback so you can see that, because I pretty much just covered music in this one. So have a look for the second video when it comes down to you know, playing back movies or TV shows. Again, you're not going to see anything groundbreaking when it comes to that. They both play them well, but not as good as your iPhone or iPod Touch for that matter. So take a look at the second video if you guys want to see the video playback.